looking to support something that won't solve anything.
Okay,
Well,
we'll just collect the bargaining.
I disagree.
Great answer.
A couple of comments. I disagree that this may not solve anything. I agree with your statement that this will not be passed by the state legislature. But I'll go back to the earlier comments that I think if we, in several other communities, jump on board and propose the same home rule petition, it's going to cause the state legislature to take a harder look at giving this community tools to make at least plan design changes to the current health insurance plans that could save this municipality and others money. You say it's not going to work, I disagree. I have never, you said this has been done before, I've never seen it before. It's the first time I've seen it. I think it's worth a shot. I don't want to sit here and say, no, it's not going to get done, why even bother? I'd rather say, let's take a shot, let's give it an opportunity, let's see. It doesn't say that we have to go into, force our employees into GIC. It's allowing also in Section 2, us as representatives of this community to make plan design changes. That's all we're looking to do. And we're not looking to harm the employees. Every dollar we save, or every dollar that's saved, they save 30 cents. So there's a benefit on both sides. We're just looking to do what's in the best interest.
Right. And we're all on the same page when it comes to negotiating with them and negotiating plan changes.
I'd like to see if we have consensus, and I don't care if it's 4-1, 3-2. I don't think it has to be 5. It would be nice, but I know, Steve, we're not going to get you to agree to this. And everyone knows if we do send something up and you don't sign off, and everyone knows who Steve O'Leary is. Like you said, you've been the same person for 20, 30, for all your life. So everyone knows where you're coming from, all right? So that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't have to be 5-0. But I'd like to propose and see if there's a consensus tonight to do similar to what Lowell has done on July 30th and sending a home rule petition up concerning adoption of GIC or plan design changes outside of collective bargaining to our state legislature.
Well, Sean, if I may follow you on that, you used the word similar. I think, I'm not sure if you said similar, but something similar to this. And I think that's important. That means we need to look at it before we just copy it. That's all I'm asking. I think that if we look at it, and on the surface, it looks very good to me. And I think that what you're saying is if we get on the bandwagon and send it in, and a bunch of towns do it, then great. Then we're showing some force. But at the same time, I think that if we can put our own signature to it, we need to look at this. And if going towards a 5-0, if we can accomplish that, then fine. If we can do this over a 2-week period and come forward with something, then fine. If not, then, well, we just have to let things, whatever they are, and we go forward. But to just look at it today and say, let's go with it, that's the only question I have. I think we need to put some thought into it.
Oh, I did. I've got a package on Thursday. I've read it. I've looked over it.
I read it
over.
too.
Just the fundamental difference is doing it outside the collective bargaining.
No, I understand. Steve, I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from.
And I don't know why the community would have an aversion, other than difficult, would have an aversion to sitting down and negotiating these things with the collective bargaining units. When obstacles put it our way, the thresholds that have to be met in order to make it come to fruition. Those aren't reasonable and fair. That's not democratic.
Well, my hope would.
I want to call to your attention, first of all, that the 70-30 number has got nothing to do with collective bargaining for design change. It only has to do with the acceptance to go into the GIC. Is that right? So there's nothing to prevent us from negotiating, which we've done.
No, other than the legislation didn't allow you to do anything other than GIC. So that's what's missing. In other words, they could have some sort of a light plan or any plan that the communities can come to an agreement with the collective bargaining rights.
I think, Steve, I'm in support of sending a letter out, primarily. I understand that the legislature is going to look at it and it's not going to be voted on, right? But I think there's an unfair balance of pressure on the legislature in terms of making these changes.
Again, I'm not
Giving
disagreeing
us,
with you,
right.
but I'm not
So
disagreeing.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated as hell, right? That I can't get their attention. Oh, I can call Brad Jones up, I can call Senator Tarr up, right? But I can't get the attention of the majority of the legislature. It falls on deaf ears, my side of the story. It's not getting. So I'm willing to take some extraordinary measure to get their attention, hoping that in the process, they'll come up with a balance that's fair for the unions and it's fair for the town government, municipalities, so that we can at least make some progress. You know, right now, the scale is tipped in the wrong direction. I'm sorry.
I've been with you all along, these negotiations, stressing that there needs to be change in the healthcare plans that we've offered the employees, in order to sustain the workforce and sustain the current levels of services. It's split all along, but it hasn't been without collective bargaining.
How does that work out for us?
So far. It's coming, and they made some concessions and some changes. Okay. Do they need to make some more? Yes, they didn't tell us in the process. Yes, they do need to make some more concessions in relation to the health plans that we're currently paying for. We can't, it's not sustainable. But they haven't recognized that yet.
And put them in writing, let's see what those are. It would be great if you could give us that, because
It's not gonna be devoid of collective bargaining.
I'd love to see it. I'd love you to produce it and let me see it. Because you're gonna bring this to perspective that you seem to have a lot of experience with, 37 years around here, and let's see it. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. If not, we're gonna always have a 4-1 vote.
Maybe 3-2, who knows?
Maybe 3-2.
You're assuming things.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking ahead of time.
That's fine. Fine. Yes.
Do I hear a motion?
I have a motion to adopt and propose the same home rule petition as the city of Lowell has on July 30, 2010, concerning the ability of the town to enter into the GIC program or alter current and future plan designs related to health insurance plans outside of collective bargaining.
My second.
Motion by Mr. Delaney, seconded by Mr. Prisco. Further discussion?
Yes, I want to further discuss. I want to know why we won't look at this and put our own signature on it and try to add or subtract to this letter. I mean, to just blanketly accept a letter
It's
with that, you know, I understand what they're
It's
saying.
not the letter, it's
you
the
know.
home rule, I'm not adopting the letter, I'm not signing off on the
We're
letter,
gonna
we're gonna have our
create
own,
our own
we're gonna have our own
letter.
letter. But it's the home
Oh.
rule petition,
The
that's
back section
it's the
of
meat
that.
of the issue. That's the meat of the issue here.
So we're gonna create our own letter, we're not gonna duplicate
No,
this?
this
gonna
is
accept
No,
the
it's-
the act.
this
that
is
we
the
want.
act. This is the home
The
rule
letter is
petition.
just a cover letter.
We just substitute Lowell for,
Right.
you're not writing Lowell.
Right, the front part, the
Right,
letter
okay,
portion, we'll write
okay.
our own.
Okay. I'm
So-
done.
On the motion then, hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
4-1. So what I suggest is a cover letter, I'll work with Greg to draft a cover letter, and before this gets sent out, it will be forwarded to every member of the board.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Town Administrator's Report. Mr. Delphine.
I promise my discussion will be more pleasant.
One of
And
them
this is consideration of the memorandum of understanding between North Reading and Wilmington, and it relates to the Route 62 culvert. The agreement is for a period of 25 years. In the packet. The 25 years is the maximum term that's allowed by state law. Your action and the Wilmington Board of Selectmen's action is final. It does not require an action of town meeting. The memorandum of agreement or understanding addresses a number of key responsibilities for the project and establishes North Reading as the project manager responsible for all permitting and cobbling together the local share and grant financing. Should note that the draft of the same agreement was presented to the Wilmington Selectmen. They've seen it. It's my understanding that they will be planning to approve it at some near future date, and I would ask that you so approve. This was the first step that allows us to begin moving the project forward.
Greg, after looking through it, I had no real problems with it, but I have a question. It seems like it's a project that gets done, right? I understand there's some maintenance, but
Yep.
The 25-year period for the agreement, why is that necessary? Is that just because of the maintenance aspect of it?
That's exactly what it is. Yep, just
So
ensuring.
we're
that-
agreeing over this period to do the maintenance of the
Right.
culvert, even though it's on.
We want to make sure it's to our advantage to make sure it doesn't get clogged with debris or something happens, because that defeats the purpose of the. We want to be responsible, obviously, to make sure that flooding doesn't get resolved.
You all set?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Briscoe?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve and execute the memorandum of understanding between North Reading, Mass. and Wilmington, Mass. with respect to Route 62, Salem Street at Martins Pond Culvert Rehabilitation Project, the intent of which is to mitigate flood hazards in both North Reading and Wilmington, in effect, July 1, 2010 to July 1st, 2035, and when signed by the parties' respective boards of selectmen.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
We have to sign it tonight, right?
Yes, if you would, that'd be great. Thank you. Moving on to my report, I'm pleased to announce the appointment of Deborah Carboni as the new assessing manager. Deborah will also be serving as a member of the Board of Assessors. You have a copy of her resume. She'll be assuming her new position effective August 5th. In the interim, she's continuing to fill her role as assessing manager in that capacity. She's been working with us for about 3.5 months. She's done, I think, a very, very fine job in cleaning up a lot of issues related to property that perhaps wasn't assessed properly in the past. And the reason why I know that is I'm frequently visited by residents who are surprised that they're being taxed for something that may have been missed by the town over the years. So I compliment her and her staff, because it's really reflective of her staff also doing a very fine job. And I'm looking forward to welcoming her to our management team. I think she'll be someone that will do well for the town. She has a wealth of experience. You'll note that she's from Middleton, but she's been working in municipal government and assessing office for about 13 years. So we're fortunate to have her and have her become part of our team. Next on my list, bids were recently opened for the third meeting house renovation project. The low bid was in the amount of $246,000 and was submitted by Prison Builders, PRISM of Pittsburgh, Massachusetts, as opposed to some of the other faraway companies, so we're quite happy with the fact that we have a local contractor. You'll recall that the total budget approved by town meeting about 10 months ago was $280,000. The reason why it took us 10 months is we had to hire an architect. There had to be a design that was presented to the Historic District Commission and the Historical Commission, along with the Council on Aging. That was done, that was approved. And I'm expecting the project will begin in about 10 days, once the bonds have been secured and the contracts have been executed. I'm informed that the building will be occupied during the renovation period. There is